What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Jumia's World Podcast. And right now we're going to be talking about Jordan Love and his Green Bay Packers versus the Raiders. It was a really wild game, and I know a lot of you guys are probably trying to figure out, why am I saying that Jordan Pick is still throwing picks right now? He just couldn't help himself, bro. A lot of these throws, especially the one that sealed the game, is just ridiculous. You just can't make those throws. Look, some people are like, yo, G, do you think he's going to be the answer after Aaron Rodgers? And I said, look, there's a possibility. Anything is possible. He could turn it around and become something that nobody thought he was. We saw flashes of it, in certain games at the beginning of the season where we're like, wow, this guy came back, scored 18 points in the fourth. But maybe that wasn't something that he's normally used to doing. Maybe he's just what we saw last night. I don't know. But I will tell you this. If he keeps doing what he just did, right, last night with the Las Vegas Raiders, it's going to be really nasty for the Packers. Now, let's just talk about a few things, right? In the North, they're saying that Justin Jefferson may be on IR, but the Vikings are trash anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I don't know what's going to happen ultimately with the Packers, though, because I'm trying to figure out what they are. Let's take a look at their rushing, right? 20 carries, 76 yards, 3.8 average for A.J. Dillon. Jordan Love running around doing whatever he's doing for, he had like 37 yards, scrambles, whatever. They don't seem to be a team that's balanced the way that they were earlier in the season. Now, there are injuries going on. The other Aaron, as some people will call him, the running back, he's still out. You can't really, go crazy with the hamstring. Christian Watson, he had 7 targets, caught 3 passes. I don't know what's going on. Like, we don't really know what they're going to be because we don't see a systematical approach of what they're trying to put out there. We just thought that Jordan Love, based on what we saw early in the season, he would be able to make some magic happen. Obviously, the magic is throwing interceptions consecutively. Like right now, as you're watching this or listening to this, he's still throwing picks. It's really disgusting. So his QBR was 13.2. His rating, 32.2. You're not winning games that way, bro. This is like, those ratings are like Tim Tebow's ratings when he played for the Broncos, but Tim Tebow was winning games. And it's like kind of weird. And the way that he did it, I don't think we'll ever see that again. But this is not the way that the NFL actually works. So this has to, dude, they're going to have to figure out what's going on with him. Maybe he needs cataract surgery. I don't know what's going on, but it's very clear that they were in black and white, bro. So I don't know what exactly, black and gray, whatever. Or maybe he saw black and white. I don't know, dude. But he was seeing the wrong thing. Now, this is the funnier thing, right? You lost to Garoppolo. So just think about this. Listen to Garoppolo's ratings, right? He had 208 yards, 1 touchdown, an interception. He had 3 sacks. Look, bro, listen. QBR 35.7. His quarterback rating 86.5. Jimmy Garoppolo is like this, right? He's the kind of guy, like, nobody really knows why Bill Belichick wanted to get rid of Tom Brady. And the more that we look at it, we see that it was more of a jealousy thing with Bill Belichick than anything else when he wanted to get rid of Tom, because Garoppolo is not what anybody thought he was. And we just have to be honest about that. Now, he did get a bag from the Raiders. So like I said, when anybody's getting their money, God bless him. All right. Was it the right move? I don't know. You know what I'm saying, bro? Because I don't think, like, we saw Jimmy with the Niners. I'm very sure that they're happy to have Brock Purdy right now. Like, nobody misses Garoppolo in San Francisco, right? So no matter where he's been, he has not lived up to the expectations that Bill Belichick thought that he saw. Now, remember, Bill Belichick, people are calling for him to be fired. I don't know if Robert Kraft would ever do that, just out of respect. I just think Bill needs to step away. I don't know what he's doing. People are saying that he's the reason that Mac Jones can't win. I just think Mac Jones is trash. There's a lot that's happening within that whole segment. But the reason that I bring that up is you have to be able to beat this team. Now, the one thing, right, that they have on their team that's, a really good situation. Well, they have 2 things. They got Josh Jacobs and they have Devontae Adams. Let me tell you Devontae Adams' numbers last night. 4 receptions. Obviously, he didn't drop a pass. He had 4 targets. He had 45 yards. That's all he had. That was it. That's their number 1 receiver. Now, Jacoby Myers, this guy, 75 yards, 7 receptions. He had 10 targets, 1 touchdown. Maybe he's going to be the new guy? I don't know, dude. Michael Mayer, their tight end, 2 receptions, 39 yards. Look, in this situation right now, with the way the Raiders are, I don't know what's going to happen later, but the Raiders are also 2-3. Does anybody that's listening to this right now believe that the Raiders are going anywhere? If you do, I got a bridge that I'm selling. All right, because you got to understand this team right here. I don't know what their identity is, and I don't know what's going on. But they're able to beat a Green Bay Packer team that many people thought would be able to, maintain quarterback play is so essential. And I don't know what the hell Jordan Love is doing, but whatever he's doing, he has to stop it. And it has to stop now, because what's going to happen with the Packers, they don't really have, the luxury of waiting it out. They're used to having really good quarterbacks. Over the last decade or so, you go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers, and nobody's even worrying about that position. Now you put Jordan Love in, and it's like, bro, we ain't getting no love. Like, this dude, I don't know what he's doing. So we're going to have to figure out what the actual end game is with this. But if you're a Packer fan, I don't know how you feel about this right now. Because watching him play, I didn't like it. I just, you know how you watch something and you're like, yo, is that the same dude? Is that the same dude that scored 18 points in the fourth? Just recently and came back and was very excited? Is that the same guy? And then why at the end of the game are you forcing that to the left side of the field and throwing an interception? Is that guy? Like, what are you doing? So right now, I'm really of the opinion that, the city, Wisconsin, they don't really have love for love. Like that's what I'm feeling. And just looking at the way that people, were viewing him and like the crowd and everything like that, I don't really think they believe in him. Now, is there upside to him? I believe there is. But he's going to have to show it a little bit, sooner than later, because they could have easily won this game. I just want you guys to know that. They could have easily won this game if those 3 picks are not thrown. Even if he only throws 2, they could have probably won this game. But it's a lot of, just forcing throws, a lot of, I got to make this play. And I think it could be like, a growth process where he's trying to figure stuff out. But just a lot of the things that he was doing, I didn't really like, visibly watching him. You know what I'm saying? Like when I watched Brock Purdy, when I saw Brock Purdy and the Niners beat the hell out of the Cowboys, you can see that Brock Purdy understands his reads. He's looking. If he has to run, he runs. He slides. He has to take a sack. He takes a sack. He's not really trying to do too much. And that's the formula. If he plays with that formula, I know that players are out. I understand that. But you still have to make better decisions when you're out there on the field. And you just can't lose to Garoppolo. Garoppolo is the kind of guy, bro, he's going to throw you a pick, and that's just what it is. Like, he's going to throw a pick. And you just have to wait for it. And still, with the way that he played yesterday, they played well enough to win. Another thing with the Raiders, though, they're going to, even though Josh Jacob had 20 carries, I don't really like the way that he's under 100 yards. They're going to have to work on that and make sure, because when that man is running for over 100 yards, the Raiders really have an identity with that. Other than that, I don't know what they're doing, because the quarterback he's just not it. Davante Adams, ultimately this is what he chose to do. This is the decision that he made. Great receivers can't be great without great quarterbacks. Well, wait a minute. Culpepper and Moss. Well, maybe, dude, I don't know. Sometimes you can get away with it. It just depends. You could be trash in certain situations, but Davante Adams is not good enough right now in his career to make Garoppolo be an all-star, is what I want to say. But in certain cases, you can't have a trash quarterback and just do whatever. T.O. did it. Randy Moss did it. So things can happen. What's the dude's name? Hopkins did it. He had mad trash quarterbacks back when he was with the Texans. But like I said, the jury's out on Jordan Love. All right. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be trash. The Raiders are not going to really do anything. I don't believe that they can with him at quarterback, but I do believe that the upside is a lot greater for the Packers, in my opinion. I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. Hopefully you have an unbelievable day. Stay well, stay blessed. Until next time, one love, y'all.